Today, I will be delving into the 5 best affordable watch brands. These are watch brands that have been selected because they are A, great value for money, B, they look expensive or just simply fun, and C, brands that actually have some really interesting history. Just a quick side note, we are not affiliated with any of the brands mentioned in this video. We have no relationship with any of these brands. This is all our own opinion and what we believe is the best affordable watch brands. I'm also going to suggest and put forward 1 or 2 models that you should take a look at from these watch brands. I will be focusing more on automatic or mechanical pieces, but there are some really interesting quartz models in there too. But before I get into this video, if you guys can subscribe to the channel and like this video, that would be massively appreciated. And turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And if you want to buy or sell your watch with us here at Time for Diamonds, check out the description where you can find our contact details and a link to our website. Let's get stuck into the video. And what better place to start off with other than Seiko. If you are wanting to kickstart a collection, then Seiko are a fantastic watch brand to start off with because they sell some fantastic watches at such a low price. Seiko are quite an old watch brand, with their story starting in 1881 when founder Kintaro Hattori opened a shop selling and repairing watches and clocks in Tokyo. He then opened a factory in Tokyo and named it Seikosha, where he first produced clocks and then went on to craft pocket watches. Then in 1913, Hattori released the Laurel watch, which was the first wristwatch to be made in Japan. Sadly, in 1923, the Great Kanto earthquake hit and destroyed the company's headquarters and Seikosha factory. As a response to this, Seiko quickly released their first ever branded wristwatch in 1924. So it is a brand with some really interesting and special history. And in the horological space, enthusiasts love Seiko. So I'm going to also suggest some Seiko watches for you guys to take a look at. As I said in the introduction, I am going to focus on automatic pieces, especially when you can get them for so cheap. So something like this Seiko SRPE 63, that's the reference number there. Yeah, something like this, which is just a really nice, simple watch. There is a Seiko 5 Sports. Yeah, really nice watch. Again, for £230, you can't go wrong. Even this model here, the SSK 023, obviously looking fairly similar to an Explorer 2, but don't worry about that. I think this is actually a really nice model. GMT function, my favorite function also, and a lot of everybody else's favorite function because you can actually use it, especially if you travel a lot. I don't know why the price isn't coming up on the Seiko website. I imagine that might be because they're out of stock. However, I think there are some jewelers that you can buy this watch from. So you can get it from any of these jewelers, and for only £315, this model is great value for money. So Seiko are a very, very good brand to look at. Up next, Citizen. Like Seiko, Citizen is also a Japanese watch brand. Citizen's origin traces back to 1918, with the aim to develop Japan-made timepieces, yet their first wristwatch was released in 1931. Citizen are actually a fairly innovative watch brand. They were one of the first brands to create an atomic wristwatch in 1991. Atomic timepieces are actually fairly complicated. Well, they're quite complicated to understand, so I will break it down in a nutshell. Atomic timepieces work through radio controlled technology. So a time signal will be transmitted from an atomic clock to your watch through radio waves, displaying the accurate time, eliminating the need to adjust time yourself. Atomic clocks are known to be the most accurate clocks in the world. However, I won't be suggesting an atomic watch. I just thought I'd mention how innovative Citizen are. Fun fact too, Citizen were named Citizen with the aim to sell watches to ordinary people, i.e. just ordinary citizens. But they would be manufactured with high levels of quality at a very affordable price, which is an element that you can see in the brand today. And the watch that I would suggest for you guys to buy from Citizen is the Suyosa. The cheapest Suyosa that you can buy on the Citizen website is this one here with the yellow dial for only £200. Well, £199 to be specific. A really, really nice watch. Open case pack. I think the bracelet is actually really nice. There are other dial colours. Yeah, so as you can see, black dial, really bold orange dial there, this glitch design. The list goes on with the dials. They also have a Suyosa small seconds, which is also a really, really nice watch. Now moving on to Tissot. Tissot have blown up massively in the past few years. Tissot were founded in 1853, so it is also quite an old watch brand, and as I just mentioned, they have had a successful past few years. But let's be honest, that was most likely made possible through their model of the PRX, which just blew up massively over the past few years. But they do have some absolutely class models that you should also take a look at. However, I will be suggesting the Tissot PRX. They have the model in a quartz and their Powermatic 80. I don't want your straps, I want your watches. There we go. 25. I didn't even know they did a 25mm. I know they did a 35 and a 40mm, but as you can see, the quartz models are £300 and above basically. It's actually a really, really cool watch, and I can see why it's blown up. Obviously the shape of the case has a lot to it, but also the bracelet. The bracelet is actually really, really nice. It's just a really good watch for the price. They also have, I think it's called a Gentleman, Tissot Gentleman. Yeah, there we go. Which is also a really, really nice model. The quartz is £400. I think the automatic option is going to be double that. I don't know why I'm estimating it to be double. I can just show you, yeah, okay, £800. So if you want it to be a bit different to everybody else who owns a Tissot, who more than likely owns a PRX, go for the Gentleman. Up next, we have Casio. What would be an affordable watch video if I didn't mention Casio? Casio are in the god tier or goat tier of watches, and a massive hit has been their G-Shocks, with so many celebrities rocking G-Shocks, like Central C and Billie Eilish. They have even just done a collaboration with Central C, which is awesome and massive for the brand. G-Shock have been known to do previous collaborations with many famous celebrities like Ed Sheeran. They're just fun and bubbly watches. I mean, come on, everyone knew someone in school that owned this watch. I know people who own this watch, and I know people who will still buy this watch. Many people, celebrities, whoever, will wear Casio, and that's what I love about the brand. I mean, look, you can actually get something that looks like a conventional timepiece for £64.90. And then looking at their G-Shocks, I mean, it's the same sort of thing, bit more expensive, but they're just so cool. I think the ones on the website aren't going to be everyone's favorites. You can kind of look at the collaborated pieces that are definitely worth your time. As I said, they're just fun and bubbly watches. Finally, onto a brand that maybe not many of you have heard of, and that is Maine. Maine was created by two Dutchmen, Sebastian Courtiens and Jules van Helvoort. They teamed up in 2017 to create Maine, so they are an extremely recent brand. Their main vision is similar to Citizen, of delivering watches that offer fantastic quality at such an affordable price. I genuinely believe Maine are really undervaluing themselves. Their watches could be much more expensive, and I don't think anyone would be arguing. There are two models in particular that reflect their core value. These two models are the Hudson MK4 and the Hudson GMT. The Hudson MK4 is a diver's watch, and they have 4 currently to select from, and they are all really nice in their own way. Personally, I would go with this one, the M114. They've actually sold out, which I'm not surprised by, to be honest. And then the second main model is the Hudson 38 GMT. Overall, a really, really quality brand selling products for such an affordable price. These are only 5 of the most affordable watch brands. I am fully aware that there are more affordable watch brands out there, so I might have to make a part 2. That is all for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I shall see you next time.